be absolutely the best, you have to be obsessed with that. You can't casually be the best. But what if it doesn't work? That's how you think. What ifs? I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna die trying. That is the attitude of the obsessed. Death is a possibility. And I said, fuck it. The doctor told me, hey, CT, you go out there on that floor and you're gonna die in front of all those people. I'm like, fucking wonderful. I am CT Fletcher, the Superman from Compton, and I talk a lot of shit.
Join me on a full circle moment as I go to visit the legend, CT Fletcher. Today's video, as always, was powered by Huel. We would not be able to do this without the support of our sponsor, so please head to the link in the description to find out more, and I'll talk about them at the end of the video.
I grew up in the city of Compton in the 60s. The 60s was a pretty turbulent time to grow up. I put it this way, the first time I had a gun pulled on me, I was in the 9th grade. But whatever happened on the outside of the doors could not compare to what's happening on the inside of the doors. My dad was a preacher, so if I did anything outside of his guidelines, which were super strict because everything at the time was a sin. The norm was, just taking his leather belt and beating me with that, but that's just a regular whooping. But it would go from the belt to a fist. I remember I come home from work and I was working at a convalescent hospital, so I had an all-white uniform on. My dad asked me a question and I gave him the wrong answer and he just busted my nose completely. And blood was all over the all-white uniform. I'll never forget that. My mom comes in, she sees all the blood all over the place, and she just passed out. She fainted. My dad looks at me and goes, "See what you did?" So yeah, that was, I made up my mind from that moment on. If this happens again, I'm gonna kill him. Initially, though, as a small kid, my favorite story was the story of Samson. His pledge to God was to never cut his hair. If he didn't cut your hair, then he would be a leader of his people and he'd be super strong. Never cut your hair. And then he met a woman one day and her name was Delilah. And she talked to him and she convinced him that she was madly in love with him. And she wanted to know the secret of his strength so bad. She pleaded with him and she cried and she pleaded, she cried. And that was his weakness. That was Samson's weakness, was Delilah's tears. And she talked him into it and finally told her, if you cut my hair, I'll be just like any other man. So he went to sleep after him and Delilah had a meeting. and she cut all his hair off and he became weak, man, just like any other man, because he broke his promise to God. But hair started to grow back. And before he left this earth, he killed 1,000 Philistines and pushed down the temple and crushed them. Strength stories all throughout my childhood always had me getting a fascination with strength. And my dad himself, I heard a lot of stories about how strong he was. And I always had the desire on the inside to be stronger than him. When I say obsessed with weightlifting, when I wasn't weightlifting, I was dreaming about weightlifting. If I wasn't doing it, I'm dreaming about it, I'm talking about it. And where's CT at? Anybody who knew me knew, either I'm at work or in the gym. I worked a 8, 12-hour day, whatever the shift called for at the post office, thinking about, I can't wait to get out of here so I can go lift weights for another 3, 4 hours. Weightlifting was my magnificent obsession. Most people would not understand the type of mindset that it takes. They'll go so far and then the caution lights will come on and they're like, no, I'm sorry, I just can't. It's the type of mindset that there is no caution lights. There is no hazard signs, there is no barriers, no fucking brakes, and only high gear. I got no brakes, it's only fucking high gear. I don't have any fallback plan. I'm gonna fucking do this or I'm gonna die trying. That is the attitude of the obsessed. But what if it doesn't work? That's how you think. And that's why it won't work for you. Because you always have that question in you, but what if? What ifs? I don't have time for what if. This shit is going to be done because I fucking said so. That's why. Being submissive is just egregious to my nature. I just can't do that. I can't bow down. And my dad, I told him, later on when I got to be a young adult, I was afraid of you as a kid, and I hated that. And he said, that's exactly what I wanted you to be, is afraid of me. And I said, well, it worked back then, but goddamn it, it's a new day now, and I ain't scared of your fucking ass, and there ain't shit you can do about it. And that made me feel really good, being able to tell him that. My unsuccessful attempt in powerlifting was my favorite. It was the greatest bench press in America. They had all the top bench presses from all over the world were in Texas. They flew us all in, the best of the best. Perfect circumstance. I'm watching the guys who go out in front of me, and this guy goes out and he bangs a chair over his head until fucking blood is gushing out of his forehead. And that shit got me so fucking hyped up, I could not wait. I said, that son of a bitch is crazy. But wait till they get a load of me. I couldn't wait to get out there for my turn, man. And especially knowing that I could die. Doctor told me, hey, CT, you go out there on that floor, and your heart's bad, your chest you're gonna die in front of all those people. I'm like, fucking wonderful. What could be better than that? That is for a warrior, what could be better than dying in war? There's nothing better than that. That's the greatest thing to get happen. I'm like, hell yeah, doc. Shit, you just made my day by telling me that shit. And I go out there, and I did not get it. But what I did do, I didn't fucking hold back. Even knowing that death was a possibility, I gave it every fucking thing I had. That was my proudest moment. Death is a possibility. And I said, how many people gonna say it in the face of death? Not too many, man. So I was patting myself on the back for that shit. Hell yeah, I went for it. I didn't get it, but I fucking went for it. You look at people's before and after picture. You see a before picture where they start out all up, and then in the after picture, they look wonderful because they put themselves through all this stuff. Some people's life will be a before and a fucking before. They will never have a fucking after. You're showing your grandkids your pictures. Hey, look, grandpa ain't never been shit. I was always fucked up. I would much rather have the life where I have a fucking after picture where I can look and say, I did this, I accomplished that, I went after it. I'd much rather be a has-been than never was. I had 5 flatlines altogether. At home, talking to my wife like I'm talking to you. No doctors around, no hospital. Bam, I'm gone. People say that your life flashes before your eyes in a split second, just that fast when you're dying, and that is somewhat true. But it was not my life that flashed before my eyes. It was the things that I had not done that I wanted to do that flashed before my eyes. I'm thinking of a million things that I still wanted to do, and my time's up. Back in the 50s and 60s, they had old TV sets. They were black and white, and when you turn them off, it would take them a while before the picture, would dissipate. So it was like somebody unplugged me, and my picture was just going like this. Fast, your time is up just like that. And you're like, this is the end. And it's not sleep. The difference between sleep and death. It's nothing like sleep. Death, that this is permanent. When I opened my eyes, I was convinced from the moment that I opened my eyes that God left me here for a reason. And that reason was to try to help as many people as possible.
Thank you for watching the video with the legend, CT Fletcher. It's a massive full circle moment for me. This channel was built with CT Fletcher fans in mind, with CT Fletcher's voice echoing in my ear as we worked out. And we would not be able to do this without your support and our channel members, and also our sponsors' support, Huel.
If you lead a busy life like me and millions of other people around the world, you might be struggling to get your nutrition in. That's where this stuff comes in, absolutely clutch. If health was easy, everyone would be doing it. But Huel make it that easy. You scoop, you shake, and you go, and you get 26 vitamins and minerals, and every single ingredient inside this and all of Huel's other products has been expertly tested by their team to make sure you're getting exactly what you need. And if I'm really in a pinch for time, I'll grab their ready to drink, which has 35 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and tastes delicious. Don't just take my word for it though. People like Idris Elba, diver CEO Stephen Bartlett, and hardest geezer who ran the entire length of Africa use this as part of their daily routine. So if you want to find out more, go to the link down below. You can get exclusive offers, like if you sign up to their subscription service, you get 10% off all future orders, and if it's your first time ordering, you get a free shaker and t-shirt. It's also now available in major retailers in the UK and the US. What are you waiting for? Go get it.